All right, I'm Lonnie Appleton. I'm telling you my story, but it's the long way around. Cause you gotta see all the faces of me. Boom, boom. That's a song I wrote called The Faces of Me. Yes, I did do a stint as a songwriter. I tried every single way, but this way to get this message in front of you. And now I'm trying this. What's good? Um, so a lot of people, I want to get this point made. A lot of people within our community will miss my story simply because my story involves elements that we're told to stay away from. I was on a Zoom live, and one of the individuals on the live said, "Oh, no, thank you. The way that you spoke about witchcraft, that turned me off. I was put off." I was like, "That's fine," and it's funny because this is the second time, but the first black woman came to me and she said, "You said something that was off putting to me, but I value this relationship so much. I'm going to, instead of distancing myself from you, I'm going to tell you, hey, this is something that you did so we don't cross this boundary again in the future." It's a learning opportunity for both of us. I'm learning how not to just back away from people that I value. I don't want anything between us. Understand, so many of you are lonely because you would value your standards and your boundaries over the relationship. So that either means the relationship doesn't have value or you don't know how to value the relationship. But this young lady came to me and she said, I value this relationship. This is what you did. I prayed about it. I forgive you. I don't want to have unforgiveness. This is how you live the Bible. I don't want to have unforgiveness in my heart. So I prayed about it and I gave it to God. And I'm letting you know so that you're aware so we don't have this experience. So you got to do energetic world and physical world stuff. This is true belief in God. This is living the Bible. The second woman, we don't have a valuable relationship. We just had a meeting in a Zoom, and she was like, the way that you spoke about that, it was off putting. But what both of them, I believe, the one admittedly said, as soon as you said what you said, I stopped listening. I was like, well, if you actually listen to the whole thing, I wasn't speaking a word curse over you. I was actually speaking a word curse over myself. And as soon as I realized I was speaking a word curse over myself, I reversed it and I made my statement all inclusive. Because first it put her in a higher bracket than myself and my friend that was sitting at the table. I was like, well, if you're that, then that means we're this, and I don't want to be this, so you're not that. We're all that. But all she heard was you're not that, and it was just like, well, no, I'm just saying, it was like placed you here, then placed us here. Then I was like, no, I can't place you there. We're all here. So when I did the counseling of the placement, and then I made another language, pretty much let me just stop speaking around it. I said, you're going to be the rich auntie. And I was like, hold up, in order for you to be the rich auntie, that means I'm the broke mom. And I ain't the broke mom, so you ain't the rich auntie. We all rich. That's what I said. But she stopped listening when I said, you're not the rich auntie. So she missed what I said after that. This woman on the Zoom heard me mention witchcraft, where I said, I was searching for God. I was searching for spirit. I was searching for Jesus, that I was willing to go and conjure up. I was willing to go conjure up. Like, we know it's real. We know it's real, but we don't know how to access it because they told us it's outside of us. It's inside of us, sis. You don't have to go conjure up spirit. It's inside of you. Now, if your family's modalities, if your family's gifts are herbology, if your family's gifts are to be able to create, understand that these sciences, this alchemy that you have is to be used to create weapons to protect us in the world where this is headed. That's where you're supposed to be using your spiritual gifts. So within God, it's not for you to deny your gifts of the spirit. We are here to work with the elements, and that's all witches do. They work with the elements. But it's for you to take that in your divinity, your knowing of God, your knowing of Jesus, and that comes you studying this book. I don't know what other books you're studying because you must study your craft, but if it's innately in you, you already know, and you'll unlock it naturally through this book. Understand this gift that I'm expressing to you. I've expressed it before I read the Bible, but now that I read the Bible, I'm unlocking this gift through Jesus Christ. Before I was unlocking this gift through Satan. So you have to pay attention to who's unlocking your gift. And that's the problem with witchcraft. What's good, John Lonnie Appleton, healthy family advocate, healing journey coach, host of Pen and Paper Period podcast. Get into the content, LonnieLifestyle.com.